Oh, hello. So you guys caught me ironing some cupcake liners for our cake today. Hello. So I always get so nervous when I first start a live show because there's so many of you watching. Welcome to another Dan production. My name is JK Denham. I'm the host and creator of the YouTube channel Quality Pops. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make a melted snowman cake. I'm excited about this. I did this and it turned out really good. I was trying so hard to figure out how to do a drip cake and make it Christmas themed, and this is the way to do it. So like you saw me doing, I was ironing some cupcake liners because we need these to be completely flat. Yeah? This is what it was. This is what you're looking for. And this was all for show because this iron isn't even on. This is the first step. Oops. Camera fail. Man. Okay. So this is the first step. You're going to need these for the rim of the hat for the snowman that we're creating. And so take an iron, flatten them out, and then set them aside. Now, we're going to be creating the snowman first, and all we're really going to be creating for the snowman is a snowman head. And the way that I'm going to be doing that is with some Rice Krispie treats. You can make your own, definitely, if you have the time. They probably will taste better, but I opened up several packages of Rice Krispie treats, and I'm just going to push them all together like this. Let's move this over here. So I'm gonna do like 3, probably like 4. Let's do 4. Push them all together like this, and then I'm gonna take a rolling pin and then smush all of them down. Come on. Actually, I should probably overlap them so that they stick together. Yep, I think that's what I did before. Now, I'm actually gonna be using a cake mold like this, and this is like a really small 3-inch cake mold. I love sphere cake molds, and I want his head to be super round, so that's why I'm using it. If you don't have this, you can just mold it by hand, but this really ensures that his head will be super round. That sounds awkward. Okay, keep going. Just push it down. Roll it out flat. And the reason I'm doing this is so that when I put it into the cake mold, the outside of this Rice Krispie treat head will be super flat. You can see how like there's little spaces in between each piece of like popped rice. If you can get rid of those spaces, it will look, I think it'll be easier to fondant. We're actually going to fondant this because I think the fondant looks better than just dipping the whole thing in melted white chocolate, which is how you create the rest of the drip cake. Okay. So we got this. I placed a little bit of parchment paper into the middle here so that when we put this in, it'll be easy to pop the Rice Krispie treat out. So place it in. Oh, come on. I don't want to break it though. But I'm going to fold it a little bit. Just like this. So how are you guys doing today? Today is the Saturday before Christmas. Wait. No, that's wrong. Wait, is Christmas on Sunday? It's next Sunday, right? Okay. What? I feel like there's like conversations going on. Hello from Morocco. There's always somebody from Morocco. I love you. I can't do it. It's too big. Okay. And just push it in. Right. Make sure you get all of it inside. And it actually broke a little bit, so I'm going to stick this in there. Just like that. Once you've got that, we're going to fill this with some Rice Krispies. Just more Rice Krispies. And try to push it in to get every crevice of Rice Krispies. And then once we have all of it in, we're going to start flattening it out. So compact as much as you can. Portugal. I've always wanted to go to Portugal. And Morocco. So many people. I think those two. What time is it in Portugal and Morocco? Yes, Sunday is Christmas. My family celebrates Christmas Eve. So Saturday is when we're going to be like really celebrating. Because it's like Christmas Eve dinner, and then the party actually just lasts until Christmas, well, midnight or 2 a.m. Or maybe even like, yeah. It depends how late my cousins stay, but we usually do that. So I've compacted all of this. I'm going to take a serrated knife and just cut away the excess. Very carefully. And somebody, I think you're supposed to do it this way because you want to cut it away from you. Because if you do it this way, that could end badly. So cut away the excess, and we need a little bit more. So, okay, so this piece of parchment paper actually makes it so that you can lift it up easily, just like that. So we've got one here. Ooh. Trying to see. Okay. So we've got two pieces here, and we're just going to push them together like this. Now we have a perfect dome. You see it? You see it? Just like that. Okay. Wow, my sister's texting me your questions, so this is lighting up right now. There's so many. Okay. Well, I'm going to put that on mute for now and just keep going. So we have our perfect ball for a snowman head here. Put that down. Turn this off. Okay. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put all this away, and we're going to start working on his hat. So his hat is going to be made up of a cupcake. Now I'm using chocolate cake for this entire cake, and I actually created a few cupcakes to create this hat. Now if you've watched some of my YouTube videos, I did this exact same thing for some Alice in Wonderland Mad Hatter cupcakes. So we're just going to cut off the edge, or the top. You could have this as a snack. I'm going to save that for later. And I'm going to take some chocolate frosting, and we're just going to frost the entire top of the cupcake, just like this. Just like that. Just get every part of the surface covered. Got it? Cool beans. Completely flat. Okay, let's put this down here. I'm gonna need this later. So we've got this, and the reason you're gonna flatten these out is because this is going to be, see the rim of the hat. Oh, it's so cool. Now I have a piece of construction paper here because I want to give this hat a little bit of detail. So I'm just going to wrap it around the cupcake like this, and then tape it down. Just a little bit of excess. Wrap it around and then tape it. This is probably the most like art project because you're using construction paper. Tape it down. Of course. Now I made a video for this, and in the video I don't use a cupcake. I actually make the whole thing out of fondant, but this is like such an easy hack that I thought I could share this with you. So we've got our hat done. Move this. Okay, and we're gonna roll out some fondant for our snowman head. So this piece of parchment paper. Now a lot of you asked me why I don't use powdered sugar for my parchment paper. Or for my fondant, and the reason that I'm able to do it this way is because it doesn't stick to the parchment paper, and it also is a lot cleaner on camera as opposed to just using like a surface and having it be covered in like powdered sugar. So keep going. I'm just going to roll this out, and usually I roll it out thinner, but because this is a one-time thing and I don't want to screw up on camera, I'm going to roll it up a little bit here. Why are people so crying and angry? I don't know. Okay, so just keep going. I don't think my messages are showing up from my sister, so I haven't been getting any of your questions, but I can answer a few that I asked my my subscribers on YouTube to ask. And one of the constant things that I get asked from people who do YouTube videos is how to deal with jealousy when you're trying to come up as a YouTuber. Actually, and somebody just asked me that recently because they're in like this creative rut. And I think he's from Central America. Definitely wants to know wants you to come to Ireland. I really do want to come to Ireland, and Metan is from Ireland. So, I mean, hopefully I get to visit one day. I'm just gonna roll this out. So he's in a creative rut, and he asked me how to deal with jealousy because he's watching other YouTubers do the exact same thing he does, and they're moving up rather fast, and he's still like plateaued, I guess. And I told him that he needs to acknowledge the jealousy, and that's one thing I really had to do, was acknowledge that when you're looking at people who are doing the same thing you're doing, you have to admit that you're jealous, because then you can deal with it. And then you have to take all the time you're wasting on being jealous and I'm gonna place this on top and focus that energy into something positive. So instead of focusing on what they have, focus on how you can take what they have and work on getting it for yourself. Isn't that good? I'm going to tell him to watch this because I totally answered his question. And now I don't have to write an email. So I'm placing this on a piece of styrofoam just so that when I work it around this small sphere, it won't screw up. Because usually if you put it on a flat surface, it'll start to flatten out the sphere. You don't want that. I don't know the best way to do this, so we're gonna do it the way that I know. I did it with my other cake because it's so small. Okay, so we got it. So I'm just working it slowly, and I should cut it away too because there's some excess here. There's actually a lot of excess. If you guys know a better way, then put it in the comments because I'm still learning. Okay, so here, and I'm just going to trim away the excess. There we go. So we got our snowman head right here. And we're going to give him some snowman features. Using some fondant too. I actually made these already so that it would be easier to put them on. So the first thing I created was this little carrot nose. And I'm going to figure out where I want it to be. I think right there. Just push it in. Broke it. I broke his nose. Put it back together. It's like that. And then I made two fondant almond eyes, because I think he'd be really cute with almond eyes. Push those in too. And then we're going to place in some of his smile, and some of his smile is going to go onto the cake, so we want it to be like melted onto the dripping part of this. Just keep going. So I'm probably going to do like half of his smile on his face and have it just running down the side of the cake. Just like that. And this is where I'm going to start to make it go down. And then we'll finish it on the cake. I want it to be super happy, so let's give him one here. I asked you guys on Instagram when you wanted to name him, and a lot of you said, I gave you two choices, Robin or Bernie. I don't know, I really like those two names for this. And, do I need this one? Put on his hat. And you guys said Bernie, which I really liked. And I said that he's melting because he's feeling the burn. There's an American political joke for you guys. Because Bernie Sanders was one of the people that was running for president this year. So I placed a hole into my cupcake liner, place that on top. Actually, I should poke a hole in this too. So make it easy. Put it there. And then you have your snowman. Oh my gosh, this looks like Beyonce's hat. It's funny. Okay, ladies, now let's get information. Okay, so we got our snowman head. That actually didn't take as long as I thought it was going to take. Good, good, good. So we've got our snowman. I'm going to grab my turntable. I'll just go on top. And I'm going to grab a cake circle. And we're going to build our cake. So I've got some icing here. Move this away. We don't need this either. Place some here, just so it won't move around. Place in a dot here. And put on our first layer of cake. Oh my gosh, just like that. And then I'm going to take some more icing and place it in the middle. Just swirl it in the middle. I'm actually making chocolate cake because the person that I'm making this for was like, I like chocolate cake a lot, so if you could do that for me. I don't know many people who like eating cake because they're all sick of it since I give them so much. So I was like, yeah, I'll make you chocolate cake. There we go. Another layer. Just push it down. Make sure it's flat. It's good? It's good. And then more icing. Let's see. Let's keep going. I've always really been interested in snow, but the only snow that I've ever actually seen has just been frozen ice that they would plant in the park. Well, they would have like a snow machine, but by the time all the kids were allowed to go play with it in the snow, in the park, I'm from California, it would just be frozen ice, and so it was hard to play with it. It was never actually like fresh snow. So snow to me has always been mystical and mythical because it has never been like something I've been able to experience in California. Well, where I live, I mean, we do have like the mountains and the Rockies, and there's this place called Big Bear, but that was never really available to me since I lived in the suburbs. So that was the closest thing I've ever had to snow. And now I'm just gonna give this a quick crumb coat. Actually, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna give it a crumb coat. How much time do we have? Oh, maybe. Yeah, let's give it a crumb coat. Crumb coats just ensures that this is way too big for that. That no crumbs appear on the final layer of icing. So this is something that I always usually do when I'm making cakes. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Just make sure that you get every single bit of it. So what are you guys' plans? What are your plans for the holidays? Because before we would go to my aunt's house, and now all of our holidays are at my house. So I always have to be entertainer. And I'm really bad at that too, because I want to have fun. I don't want to be an entertainer. I need to push this a little bit like that. Go back to it. But the good thing is, because I don't eat meat, I don't really have to cook anything anymore. Because usually for holidays, it's all just different kinds of meats. Turkey and ham, and I used to have to cook all that, and now I just let them handle it, and I just eat vegetables. Okay, almost done. And we can go to our layer of red buttercream. I thought red would be probably the most festive, and then I started to really think about like doing this again, and if I would use red, and I thought about like well, green would look also really nice on this, or even like a baby blue, like the baby blue I used for the gingerbread house. And then I don't know if you guys watch YouTube, but Yolanda Gump from How to Cake It, she made a Olaf cake this year. Oh, I love her like so much. And I started thinking about like if I did this with Olaf, I would make it like a sandy beach and he was just like melting on the beach because Olaf loves the beach. And I was like, I could do that. I'm gonna do that next year. Melted Olaf. And it makes total sense too. That's why he has his own like storm cloud, because Elsa doesn't want him to die from the sun. So we're going to add our layer of red. So every time I ice a cake, I kind of do it differently because I'm not really sure of the best practices because I'm not trained. So sometimes I start on the side, and then now I've learned to start on the top and then work my way onto the sides. What do you guys usually do? I would really like to know. So just move it around and then work it onto the sides like this. Oh gosh, I really like red. The downside is you have to use so much food coloring. It's kind of why Wilton's had to create a no taste red, because you use so much, and I guess the regular red you would be able to taste it. I don't know what that would taste like, but there are probably some flavors that you can use that cancel out the red taste of the food coloring. So looking good. Make sure I cover everything before I smoothen it out. Good. One more side. Well, it's a circle, so there aren't any sides on this. It's so soft. This icing is so soft. Okay. To combat this soft icing, I actually froze the cakes because I figured that if the cakes are frozen, then it'll make it so that the icing would solidify more, or easier and faster. So we've got that. Got the whole thing covered. Take a larger spatula and just flatten it out. Actually, let's do it this way. This is so satisfying, flattening it out. It just looks so pretty. Keep going. Is that good? That's pretty good. And then push it in towards the middle. How much time do we have left? We have like probably 15 minutes left. That's pretty good. So I'm just going to flatten out the top by pushing it towards the middle. Actually, I could probably go lower, so I'm going to do that. Take off as much excess as I can. How's that looking? Is that looking good? It's looking good. Okay. Scoop away all of this. Oh, there's one more thing I forgot that I wanted to do. Oh, we could do that right now, though. Okay. So, okay. I'm just going to try and clean up the edges a little bit. Cool beans. Okay, so there is one more thing that I wanted to do, and that is to crush up some candy canes. I want to line the bottom of the cake with this. So I'm going to place them into pastry bag. Usually you put icing in this. One more. But today we're going to put candy canes. Grab a mallet or a fondant roller and just go to town. Is that good? Oh, that's really good. Okay, probably like 5 more hits and we're good. That was a lot more than 5, but that's okay. This is good. Okay. Now we're just going to pour it out into a bowl. So we've got all of these different sizes of, look at that. We've got all these different sizes of candy canes and candy cane stirrers, and we're just going to place them onto the side of this. So I'm going to place some of the big ones first, and then we'll move on to the smaller ones. I love the way this looks because you get hints of white and you get more red, but it looks really abstract and it just looks like really fun on the side of the cake. So now we're going to do the smaller pieces. Can you see that well? I don't know if you can. Push it down. Sorry guys. There we go. Just push all of this onto the cake. If you want, you can do these a little bit smaller. But if not, this looks pretty good. And then I'm going to take off the excess. A little bit more time. We're good. Okay. Oh, that looks so pretty. I love it. Okay. Clean this up a little bit. Put this down here. Actually, I should take off a little bit more. Okay. That's so nice. Okay. Okay, so I've got some melted white chocolate here. And I thinned it out with a little bit of, I always want to say Kofra. I don't even know why I want to say it because that's an Australian term and I'm from America. But Kofra is vegetable shortening. So you want to thin it out so that it's drip ready, right? Is it drip ready? Let's try it. Oh, it's like stalled. Okay. So take it, drip it down the side of your cake like that. Ooh. I tried to keep this warm by placing it in a little bit of hot water. It's looking pretty thick, but that's okay. Strip it all the way down the sides of your cake like that. Is it good? Oh, I actually didn't do it there. Okay. So that's looking good. Actually, only some of it is. Well, this is the side I'm going to show you. Oh, it looks better on camera. This is a little too cold. You might want to make this warmer. But for now, that's looking really good. And I'm just going to pour some onto the top of the cake. And then take a spatula. Come on. So, and just move it around. Like that. Oh. And we're gonna place. Make sure my hands are clean. I'm gonna grab our snowman head. Place him on top. And give him 3 buttons. Like that. Oh my gosh, I'm like so happy. Oh my gosh. And then have his smile just dripping down the side of the cake. Put one right up there. Like that. This guy's miserable, man. Oh my god. We're totally enjoying this guy's sorrow. It's blurry. Focus, please. How do I focus it? Can't. Oh my gosh. I think this is so cute. Oh my gosh. And if you make this for like a party, you'll win everybody over. Bernie, I love you. Rest in peace, homeboy, because you look like you're not gonna be here very much longer. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram and Facebook because I've been posting pictures of Bernie all over the place. His video, for his YouTube video that'll be on my YouTube page, will come out next week. I love you. Thank you for Metdan. And thank you to Metdan for having me. I will see you guys next Saturday, Christmas Eve, where we'll be making ornaments. Yeah? Alright, bye!